Up Nintendo%.
Hello, everybody. I'm Fans. Good to see you all. And I've got the one and only Skybilz here to help me out on the commentary side of things. Hey, Sky, how's it going?
Hey, Fan, how are you doing? It's wonderful to be here.
So I see we got the opening cutscene incentive met. So I have prepped that. And before we get into the run, just a little bit about it. This is called Club Nintendo%. If you don't know what Club Nintendo magazine was, it was a Spanish language magazine that was mainly popular in like Mexico, Latin America. And in it, in a 1994 issue of it, there is a 100% guide to collecting all of the items in the game. And we are going to be collecting every single item in the exact order that is listed in that guide. So we can get from like item 1 to item 2, however way we want, but we have to collect them in that specific order. And there are some very questionable things that you will see as we get into it. But I also know if you want to check out the Club Nintendo magazine guide while I'm doing the run, see if you can follow along yourself. I'm not sure if we can get a link posted in chat for that, but see if you can. It is in Spanish, so you can read Spanish. It may make things a little easier for you. But I'm ready to go. Sky, are you ready?
Oh, I'm very much ready.
All right, let's start in 3, 2, 1, go.
Vamos.
The last Metroid is in captivity. The galaxy is at peace.
Thank you for donating for this. I'm not sure if this has ever been shown in a marathon run before. Guy, you need to read this out. That's why I brought you here.
Oh, well, I'm going to read it in English since it's in English.
It is in English.
I first battled the Metroids on planet Zevis. It was there that I foiled the plans of the space pirate leader Motherbrain to use the creatures to attack galactic civilization.
This song is so good.
I next fought the Metroids on their homeworld SR-388. I completely eradicated them, except for a larva, which after hatching followed me like a confused child.
Oh, it's so cute. Look at it. Aww.
I personally delivered it to the Galactic Research Station at Cerebus so scientists could study its energy-producing qualities. The scientists' findings were astounding. They discovered that the powers of the Metroid might be harnessed for the good of civilization.
Of course, nothing bad will ever come of this, Sky.
What could possibly go wrong?
Nothing will go wrong.
Satisfied that all was well, I left the station to seek a new bounty to hunt. But I had hardly gone beyond the asteroid belt when I picked up a distress signal. Their station was under attack. That baby is super cute.
It really is. All right, the run has officially begun. So, the early bit of this is going to be very, very similar to basically any Super Metroid run you have seen. So if you like any percent, 100%, low percent, you're going to be in here. You're going to be investigating. Oh, those poor people. They're just having a nap. Don't worry about it. And what is wrong? Well, you're going to quickly find out that someone has come to steal the baby Metroid. And who is it?
Oh, guess who?
Oh my gosh, no one ever saw this coming.
Well, let's not spoil. Oh! Didn't we defeat you in the first game? Or second game?
Maybe it's a different game. I don't know.
Maybe, yeah.
Anyway, we like to play a game whenever we speedrun this game. Guess the escape time. Ideally, it's somewhere in the 40s. But, you know, there could be some spaghetti. Don't worry. Don't throw out something in the 30s. We'll see. We'll see. What is our time going to be? Good luck, chat.
I am gonna say 45.
That's very, very optimistic of you, Sky. I missed the deboost. This is probably going to be, I'm guessing, like a 38. Oh, 43, 49. Not bad. Okay.
Well, see, being optimistic, I mean, I unfortunately don't qualify by Price is Right rules, but you want to know what? My optimism, I'm convinced, got you a time in the 40s there, so I'll take the W there.
We'll take a 43. Especially since I got hit by the steam and didn't get the deboost. More on deboosts later. Yeah, thanks everybody for donating to watch the opening cutscene of Super Metroid. Here we go. Fun begins. So yeah, nothing out of the ordinary. A couple general movement tech things if you've never seen a Super Metroid run. Going left to right, you'll see a whole bunch of like arm pumping where Samus is going to aim up and down. That's just nudges you forward ever so slightly. And we're going to just try and avoid as many platforms as we can. This is a glitch called Moonfall, where we just break the speed barrier. And yeah, don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. Fine. How many pits of shame am I going to get, Sky? 1!
Well, I didn't even get a chance to answer, and you fell in one. Now, come on.
We'll take one. We'll take one. While we're on this elevator, a donation would be pretty nice.
Yeah.
So sorry. I'm just sitting here buried under the love for the animals. I have plenty of donations for you, though. We have $25 here from Kay the Kitsune, who says, "You won't fool me by calling it Ditch the Animals. We're saving them, girls. Trans rights, less than 3. Had a bit of a fake out there. Alternatively, here's $25 from Failed Uplink, who says, "Annihilate those animals." The bid war is underway, everyone. Feel free to tell me which way you want to fall. Time for any more?
Really quick, just as we go in here, every time I go into Morph Ball, you'll see me like jump and then go into the Morph Ball state. And that just preserves a little bit more of Samus's momentum. So you'll see here I'm going pretty slow. But if I get this cool little Morph Ball here, I'm going to zoom across this room, just like that, at a much higher speed than a regular Morph Ball move. So anytime we go into Morph Ball, we're going to try and do it that way rather than just stopping in our tracks, morphing in, and doing it the long way, slow way. Sometimes you can't avoid that, but at any points, we're going to try and do that.
I got a question from chat here, Ben. What would Club Nintendo want out of Save or Ditch?
So the Club Nintendo magazine doesn't take sides, but it does hint in the guide that you can do this little thing to save the animals. To unlock I'm spending too much time talking. To unlock a special secret ending. So it does kind of imply you want to do that.
Implication sounds like ambiguity, and ambiguity sounds like we should let chat decide.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Indeed.
Well,
that was a really nice descent. And Fang, you were talking during most of that and looked very seamless going up there. So well done on that screen.
Missed a little bit of a mock ball there. It's going to be a little annoying for the upcoming Bomb Guardian fight, but no big deal. Since I'm at less than 100 HP, the Bomb Guardian here, the Bomb Torizo, is not going to guarantee drop missiles. So we'll see what we get. May have to fire more power beam shots than we want.
Every time I hear that, I hear chorizo.
Chorizo? Yeah. These are not chorizos, they're torizos. unfortunate. Yeah, we didn't get anything. We're just gonna do this the slow way. This is the problem with not having full health. You just don't get the missiles to do this as quickly as you would hope. But it is early on. It's done. Don't worry about it. We're going to be trying to do a little trick here with some wall jumps that I'm kind of hit or miss on. We'll see if we can do it relatively early, but now's a good time for a donation. We made it through first try. Second try, but close enough. I like to think that was the first try.
I'll call it
my
first
heart,
try.
It was a first try. Go on.
Everything's first try if you start counting on the try you succeeded on. Here's $76 from Chibi Flame, who says, "Rar X3." I don't know if that's for save or ditch the animals, but it certainly had an animal. Got time for one more?
Yeah, one more. Yo, we actually got that strat. I can't believe it. That's incredibly difficult to get that mock ball into that tunnel, but hey, we did it.
I have $25 for you from Andy, who says, "Finally, what would Malala do? She would save the animals. Come on." Thank you, Andy.
Thanks, Andy. We appreciate that. E!
Yeah, I'm curious if we get any every time. Like I know there's a couple E emotes out there. Show us the E every time we get an E. We're gonna be getting all of the E, so I hope you're all ready for it. So oh, I didn't mean to hit that. We've been following. There's astute viewers who may know us. Why did we go down to the parlor to get those missiles? And it's a running trend with this guy that it really wants you to get all the missiles, and that's not even the worst of it. But one thing we're going to be doing here, or I should say not going to be doing here, is getting early super missiles. And that can only mean one thing. I'm not going to spoil a surprise, but to the right here, you can do like a mock ball, so you go under these little gates without having speed booster, but no, Nintendo's not going to expect you to do that. They're not going to show you how to mock ball. They probably didn't even know about the mock ball. So instead, we have to get super missiles from a long-forgotten boss called Spore Spawn. This is one of the few categories where we're actually going to defeat that, and it sure is a boss of all time, I'll just say.
So, Fant, you ready for a good pun?
I'm ready.
So, chat was wondering if you were asking for emotes.
Yeah, I get it. That's good one. Good one. So the guide does expect you to know how to wall jump, but it's not going to ask you to do like really difficult wall jumps. Oh, lost a little bit of momentum. Everything in this game really wants to slow Samus down, which is not too great because it takes a while for Samus to accelerate. Now we're coming down here for Charge Beam first, rather than going straight to Spore Spawn. And then you guessed we're going to go all the way back up. So I hope you like backtracking, because this run, in particular this route, is notorious for backtracking everywhere. Oop. Come on, Samus. There we go. Going all the way up. The Spore Spawn. For many of you, this may be DLC, hidden DLC in the game. Rest assured, it's not. Welcome to Spore Spawn, everybody. This boss, I hate you so much.
I was going to say, a reason why Fant does not enjoy Spore Spawn is that the cycles are actually exceedingly difficult to make. And when I say cycles, Fant's going to try to get 2 missiles fired off per time Spore Spawn opens up its vulnerable spots. So we'll see what happens here.
Yeah, that was 3.
Wow! I don't know if I saw 3 during practice. That was really good, Fant.
So the next one's the most important one, because Spore Spawn's going to open, and if I hit some missiles before he fully opens, Like, I messed it up. I got one a little bit too late. So he's got 5 hits remaining. So it's probably going to be a 5 cycle here. If I timed it just right, I would get those 2 hits before he fully opens, and he'll stay open, allow me to get another barrage in. That was only 1, so this is why I hate this boss. This boss is not friend-shaped, nice. First of all, and just loves to waste your time. There's 2, so I think I got like 2 more hits in him, so we'll try and get him on the next one. I can say, any other category I play, I don't do this, so I'm not as well practiced with this guy. Nobody should be. Oh. Okay, there we go.
There you
got
go.
The final 2 in there. I'm going to try and do a pretty difficult moonfall again, because you have like a very small amount of time to do it. Didn't get it. Off those crumble blocks. So instead, we're just going to fall slowly down this long tube, to get our super missiles. We did it.
We got the intended super missiles via Club Nintendo here. Remember, this is Club Nintendo, as Nintendo intended.
Indeed.
There you go.
Indeed. Nintendo Nintended, maybe. Anyway, we're heading down to our next area. Now would be a good time for a donation, especially since I wasted a super missile. No biggie.
Wonderful, wonderful. Here's $25 from Vicarious Vice, who says, leave no incentive unmet. Let's see that inscription run. Great reminder that we would like to still beat our PB. So while you are sending in your opinions on Save or Ditch the Animals, we are only a little over $10,000 away from beating our PB and getting that inscription run on the schedule. Come on, y'all. We got this.
Let's go.
Also, we have plenty of both love and disinterest for the animals. Here's $5 from Anonymous, who says, save the animals! The real challenge is 0% for ditch the animals. Smiley face. Well, I'm sorry, that challenge will not be met because we already have some very firm supporters of ditching the animals.
All right.
Thank you so much, Pippy. We appreciate that. So, I just want to note in the, what do you call that room, Fan? You had a really good name for it.
The Red Tower?
No, not Red Tower. The room where you got those missiles pretty seamlessly. Because I remember
that's Green Hill Zone. Yeah.
Green Hill Zone. Yes, Ben has wonderful names for her, for the splits that we can't see right now, but I love them. We'll mention some of those later as well, too. I have a couple of them.
Yeah, every room in this game has a descriptive name. Like this one, it's the Phaser room. That's where you get it. Like some of them are descriptive, like, oh, this is crate entry, or this is like the parlor zone or something. All right. We're fine. I was a little bit low on HP there, so I was taking a little bit slower than I normally would because I don't want to end the run here. This is a notoriously brutal run, at least some of the lower percent categories. And there's no autosave. This is a game from 1994, right? So it doesn't save anywhere at all. So if I were to die, I would go all the way back to the start of the game if I took no safety saves. I do have a couple of them planned. I got a couple backups just in case. Hopefully don't have to delve into those. But, if we do, no big deal. I came prepared for this in case Super Metroid decides to be a little annoying today.
Or E!
So you notice I went down and killed that enemy before grabbing that E-Tank. And that's because door locks in this game work by, once you have them open, they stay open. It's not like Metroid Prime, for example, where you have to kill the enemies every time you go through. Instead, once you open the door once after killing all the enemies, they stay open. So by taking care of that now, I don't have to wait for that enemy now. See, it goes kind of the opposite way we want to go, down there on the bottom of the screen. So instead, when I get over there, the door's going to be open, and we can continue on our merry way. We're going to be utilizing that a couple times, just making sure we open up the doors ahead of time. Oh, shoot. Where'd my spin jump go, game? Gonna kill some things, because we're on our way to Kraid, everybody's favorite boss. And hopefully we don't see too much of Kraid. But if we do, we'll be fine. We'll be fine. as we're heading into Crate, this would be a good time to go over any announcements we have. Well, I'm curious how the split is for save or kill the animals right now. I mean, save or leave behind the animals, yes.
The official wording is ditch.
Ditch the animals.
Ditch the animals. Currently, we have Ditch the Animals has $226, and Save the Animals has a little bit more than that, has 1,824. So, if you'd like to save the frames, that's a good challenge for you.
Yeah, I think being the one running the game, I gotta by default. Oh shoot. Oh no, that's bad. You know what? Just because I want to show it off, we're going to take a time loss here. I'm going to go back out here and kill Crane one more time to get some super missiles. I just flubbed my shot. It's fine. It's no big deal.
Yeah, so here, Bant is going to be a friend to Kraid, and Kraid is very hungry right here for some missiles, okay? So Samus is going to serve up 2 missiles to the eyes, 2 missiles to the mouth, and hopefully Kraid will be satisfied after that. So let's see what happens.
I don't want to see
here.
Kraid's feet.
Right.
There we go. Go back to sleep, Kraid.
Yeah, it was a little too spicy for Kraid. So Kraid's like, I'm satisfied. You know, I have
those were very spicy missiles, yes.
Yeah. So Kraid's gonna go relax now after that meal, and we have the Varia suit now.
We can now go into Norfair. Yeah, so most speedruns will do Kraid first before ever heading down to Norfair, but Club Nintendo wants you to have the high jump boots because it doesn't want you to do anything too difficult. But you'll quickly see how that definition can change as we get further into the run. So just going to be doing backtracking because this is a Metroid game. Surprise, we're going to be doing some backtracking.
And Club Nintendo likes to show the spirit of backtracking.
Oh, yes. Oh, yes.
There are some very wild liberties in the routing for the Club Nintendo route here. So again, folks are asking... Yeah, some folks that are just coming in here are asking what Club Nintendo is. So Club Nintendo is a magazine, and we are going in the intended route of that magazine. So that is how this route is based, and it's very, like I said, there are some very interesting liberties here, and I cannot wait for Fan to show these off.
Yeah, we're going to be coming up on one pretty quick here in Norfair. That, you know, given like everything else has kind of made sense. Like, it's not going to make you mock ball. It's not going to make you glitch. You're not going to have to do some really difficult, precise wall jumps to get into grades. So we're going to come down here. You know, this all checks out. Not for long. We're going to get somewhere. But the card's going to want us to go somewhere, and it's definitely powerful. Dang, we missed it. Shoot. I was like a pixel off from getting the cool strat there. So it does have you damage boost. That's not out of the realm of possibilities. And our next target here, after we get some missiles in Bubble Mountain, you don't know why it's called Bubble Mountain, it'll be very self-explanatory, Speed Booster. So, and that's where things will get interesting. Little bitch. Come on, Samus. Come on, Metroid. Why don't you jump? Here's Bubble Mountain. Everybody's favorite bubble-themed mountain. Anytime you see me like shoot left or right really fast if you're taking damage, that's a D-boost. It's kind of like a hold left to go right, hold right to go left with a little bit of a frame window. Oh, we actually got that first try. That jump's a lot harder than it looks. But this guy right here, giving me some fun stuff. Now, if you follow the guide, it's not going to guide you to do that jump, because that's a very difficult jump that I just did there. It'll take you around through like the wave beam area, though not picking up wave beam, just coming up here for Speed Booster. Now, after we grab all of these items, so we got Club Nintendo, it's a 100% run, so we gotta do everything. We're not skipping anything. You're gonna hear this little jingle 100 times throughout the game.
Hey, Fan, do you want me to read the part about in the Club Nintendo Guide where it expects you to do bomb jump?
Yeah, that's next. So
Okay,
if you want to go tell me what am I doing next in this room?
It says 38. Sube a esta parte con ayuda de los bambas. Perdona, las bambas.
Trying to get some super missiles here. The game's being stingy on the drop. Ideally, I get to 4, but we got to 5. So. All right, so I'm going to try and do this fancy Dubu strat here. Right there. So this spot, it expects you to do infinite bomb jumps. I kid you not. It says use the help of bombs to get up here. So I don't know, like everything else made so much sense. And then here we go. Yeah, just make sure you know how to IBJ. It's no big deal. You know, Nintendo expects you to do it. I was just flabbergasted the first time I tried this.
It's ridiculo, no? I love seeing that.
Now, when I say we have to follow the guide exactly, I mean exactly. So in this room, we have to get that reserve tank before this missile. You cannot do it the other way around. That's not allowed. Because Nintendo says get the tank first and then come down here. So
Nintendo always knows best.
they do know best. So we're going to try and do another like mock ball up here. Just barely get on that platform so we don't take a dip in the lava. Lava's too spicy for us right now. Yeah, we threaded the needle. Love to see it. And now we're going to head to Ice Beam. And, you know, we got a little bit of backpacking to do down here. So a donation or two would be good. Oops.
And I'm glad to share. Here's $25 from Jayo, who says, Bant, I first discovered your channel a year ago while you were learning Club Nintendo % for Hotfix. It is so awesome to see this run up on the big stage, raising money for such an important cause. Morb those animals! Just kidding, save them.
All right, here's going to be some... Oh, no, I messed it up. That's like the first time I've ever messed it up in like a year. I was going to do something super cool. Don't worry about it. We'll do something cool on the way out. I got distracted trying to call out what I was doing, and I missed the timing by just a hair, but it's fine. So we're getting the Ice Beam here, and you know this is when you would normally get it in a playthrough. And most other routes at this point will have you get power bombs, or you know maybe go down to Croc if it's like an all bosses run. But we're going to be a little bit less efficient because we're going to get the originally intended power bombs all the way up the red tower. But this is what I was talking about. We're going to try and mock ball through this room. I'm not sure if I bounced or not. Yeah, we did bounce. No big deal. Ideally, I would have gone under that gate and looked really cool doing it instead going up the top route. It's fun. But yes, we need to go up or we can go down. We're going all the way up the red tower. Unfortunate. It really is that we have to do this. We're going to try and get a Shine Spark here. Yeah, so I'll skip a couple rooms. Boom. Love to see it.
I love that trick. That's so
Me
good.
too. It's very fun. We're going to open up that door for later. That's going to be our good friend Sloter's refill room. We're going to be stopping by there a couple times to make sure we don't accidentally die, because this run is scary. Even when collecting all the items, it's quite a bit. We're going to be using some more damage boost to get through the Vile Plume room. We just got eaten by a Vile Plume. They're not actually called Vile Plumes, but, you know, they might as well be. Oh my goodness. The spaghetti is real.
These are not friend-shaped. Oh,
They're
go ahead,
not,
Pippy.
man.
I didn't know the animals were Pokemon. I'm so sorry.
So this run's great.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, no, not today, Vile Plume. Okay, we're not going to get that.
Hey, cheeseburger.
There we go. We got the cheeseburgers. And guess what we're going to do next? Sky, what are we doing next?
Well, let's see. We are getting another missile. All right. Okay, so I have to keep track because there's going to be a couple rooms where we're going to see way more than that. And I'm ready. I don't want to give it away, but I'm ready for that. So, oh, Fant, this isn't the thing we talked about in practice, was no, not yet. Okay.
Not yet.
There is one segment coming up where I put my hand in my face going, why? It's not good or a bad thing, just why? Oh,
that's three Vile Plumes. Anybody who's watched my stream recently knows I rarely fall into those. But hey, it's a marathon. We're giving love to all the animals. They needed some energy. Don't worry about it.
Fant, you're gonna make folks want to leave the animals behind after that. I'm just saying. All
right, we're gonna take since we took so much damage from landing in the Vile Plumes, we're just gonna get some energy there. Delicious energy.
Mm-hmm.
Not sure we don't die to Crocomire. That'd be pretty sad if I did. But that is our next goal. So yeah, up where those power bombs were, there was another item in that same room, another power bomb expansion called Beta Bombs. And you would think we would go get those then, but no, there's some enemies in there that hit hard. So the Club Nintendo guy doesn't want to put too much stress on you. We're gonna save those for later.
Just on the routing,
it's
right?
a choice. It's definitely a choice.
Oh, goodness.
Yes, we went all the way up there, come all the way down. Which, if you're doing a casual Super Metroid player, this is most likely how you would do things. Either you end up at Wave Beam or you end up there. So now we're just going all the way back down. And remember this room? I remember this room.
While we're backtracking, can I interest you in some more animal takes?
Sure.
Oh, yeah.
I have $25 here from Anonymous, who says, canonically, it is known the animals survive. We can leave them behind without consequence. They will be fine. I promise, totally not going down with the planet never happened. Ditch them. That's a very convincing take. They really did a lot for me there.
I don't know about that one. I don't know. Friend! Oh, chat. Crocomire is so friend-shaped. Look at how cute Crocomire
I like him when he's not throwing tantrums. Come on, calm down.
Friend! Hey, don't you want to play with Friend?
Well, he's just throwing all the tantrums. That's two tantrums already.
I mean, those happen. We all have our bad days, don't we?
I thought I was just throwing balls. He wanted to play with you.
Yeah, we are playing with him. We're playing catch, and Crocomire is catching our beam shots.
Okay.
Now he's gonna go take a bath because, he was working really hard. That was an intense game of catch. He's gonna take a bath, wash off.
Where did the bath go?
Yeah, where did it go?
Can you bring the bath back?
Yeah, here it is. Yeah, so that was the nice, friendly bath water.
Okay.
So let's go check where Crocomire is. He must have gotten out early. That's okay.
Where are you, friend?
Didn't want to play catch anymore.
I was trying to go for something there. I'm not going to talk about it since I didn't get it. But, where could Crocomire be?
Hey, you killed Crocomire!
He's just sleeping. He's just napping. Don't worry about it.
But friend... I feel sad.
I love
Poor
that morph
friend.
ball transition through the door. Just everything about this game is like preserving momentum as best as you can, and oftentimes that means going through doors as quickly as you can. And oh, come on, there we go. Doing deboosts like that to go fast. These do hurt, so I don't want to take too much damage from them.
Mm-hmm.
Alright, we got 2 E-tanks. We should be good. I'm probably going to stop by the refill room one more time, just in case. I don't want anything unfortunate. Alright, right, so this is the grapple beam room. If I got that trick I was going for at the end of the Crocomire fights, it looked quite differently, but interesting. All right. Don't worry about it. There we go.
There you go. Wow, didn't even need the wall jump that time. Very nice, Van.
Yeah, that's slower doing it that way without the wall jumps, but hey, you know what? It looks cool.
Well, yeah.
May I share some news with you?
Sure.
Since chat seems so insistent upon saving, we have a new incentive open for everyone.
Really?
We're still trying to save the animals or ditch them. It's up to you. But also, we have a Hollow Knight incentive to save Mila. Yeah. So that's going to be $5,000 if you want to see Mila get saved. Wow. So if the animals aren't really your cup of tea, there are options.
Good to hear. All right, so we're heading out of Norfair. This is going to be the Norfair, upper Norfair cleanup. So we're going to be getting all of the items left. There's not too many. And we're going to start by, doing the Crocomire escape, as it's called. And I forgot to jump through that. So I'm going to try not to take too much damage. All right. But we need to collect Wave Beam before we head on to our next destination. Because everybody should know. Oh, come on, Samus. Phantoon is next, as far as the big bosses. We're doing the vanilla intended routes. And I didn't like that. I'm just gonna take the backswing of shame. Ensure I don't fall into that pit. That would have been unfortunate, but we're good. So, Sky.
Yeah.
How would you rate the route used so far? Yeah.
I would say it's fairly efficient. Very good for folks wanting to learn the game, certainly. It does have it's practical. How about that? Practical.
There we go. That's a good way to say it.
I like practical. Yeah. Well, how about you, Fan? How do you feel about it after running it for a little while?
It's somewhat painful at times.
Okay,
but,
okay. That's fair.
It's okay. Oh, heck you.
Oh, heck.
That's a heck right there. This room can be very infuriating if the enemies don't do what you want them to do.
I'm trying to think why we just sped past Bubble Mountain here. Wait a second.
We're heading over to Wave Gates.
Okay.
Or not Wave Gate, the Wave Beam. Which we need a grapple beam, which we won't use. We're just gonna do that instead. But the guide was like, you need grapple beam before you come over here. There we go.
Chat's having a fun time.
Chat, give me from what you've seen so far, give me a 1 to 10 on this route. Oh, I bombed. Well, good.
Yeah, what do you all think of Club Nintendo so far? Especially if this is brand new to y'all. I want to hear all about it.
Personally, I feel that we should be very supportive of Nintendo's first attempt at speedrun routing.
Like we said, this certainly takes some liberties at times. Again, I don't want to spoil anything, but you'll know what we mean when we see it.
Oh, I think I've jumped too high, so we're gonna bonk. Oops. That's gonna hurt.
All right, chat seems pretty optimistic so far of Club Nintendo.
Yeah,
I think there's like a 1-4 and 1-1, but like there's a lot of like 7s, 8s, 10s, a couple people above 10 even.
Yeah,
so.
Let's ask that question again in like an hour.
Yeah. Now, and there are some folks who are sad that Crocomire had to go. So, I cannot say I blame that, but that's every route. Unfortunately, Crocomire always will block our ways. So Poor friend.
I didn't get the shine spark. Oops. There, thanks for the platform, buddy. Great. Whoop. All right, so we're gonna do another stop in the Sloater's refill room. Next up is the incredible X-ray visor.
Very useful.
Mm-hmm. It's very useful in making menus harder. So it's just an extra thing you have to worry about. And
Yeah.
make sure we get power bombs. We don't want to run out of those. Yeah, this room is quite annoying to say. There's all these enemies in here. I'm just killing them to get some power bombs. So the optimal way to use the grapple beam is like you, oh heck yeah. You extend it just a little bit to maximize the range, and that gets you through there as fast as you possibly can. There's the X-ray.
Hey.
We won't be using it, ideally, but I may accidentally menu to it a couple times, but it does have a pretty nice use to it. There's a thing that can happen on the final boss, Mother Brain, where it's called like a slow lock. Or not a slow lock. It's when you're trying to do the stand-up glitch. More about that later. But if you accidentally mess it up and you sit down, use the X-ray visor. It gets you out of that state and you can stand up again. So it's kind of like a backup for that if you mess up the initial movement. It does have some other uses. All right. I'm trying to cut these jumps as close as I can and do what's called a ledge grab on everything. So if I'll try to do it here. Like that, I kind of like pop and snap to the ledge. That's the ideal way of moving fast upwards in this game. And Green Hill Zone, this is probably one of my least favorite segments.
She made that very known during practice, y'all, just to say. She does not like Green Hill Zone from a speedrunning perspective.
All right, so we're picking up some items on the way to Wreck Ship.
Mm-hmm.
But not all of them.
So, a quick thing, by the way, we are very close. I believe Chad was saying 10K off from the PV of a Fatal event. Y'all, we got to do this, especially during Super Metroid. I mean, what better run?
I can confirm is 10K plus $72. So somebody, come on, we're so close to being less than 10K. Just $72. I also, though, do have an important message for you.
Okay.
If you would like it. I have $13 here from Non-Binary Code, who says, "We are gathered here today to mourn the loss of everyone's friend, Crocomire.
Oh.
They were a firm companion and everyone's buddy, and just wanted to play. They are gone, but not forgotten. Here, insert a recording of that really sad song Pippin sang in The Return of the King while the steward creepily ate food."
So here's my pitch with this. I love we have the bow pin, right? We have the bow pin. We need some fan art of Crocomire with some of Frozen Flygon's bows.
Oh my goodness.
That would be cute. like a little Crocomire having some of the bows. It'd be so cute. It'd be so cute.
Everybody looks better with bows.
All right, so I left behind some items over there. So naturally, because it's 100% run, we're going to have to go back there again later. The reason the guide doesn't want you to go up to what is called the Billy Mays room, if you don't know who Billy Mays is, I can try and explain it later. But it wants you to have the gravity suit before doing that. So we're just trying to charge a Shine Spark. Get up here. I call these the 3-minute supers because they're in like the escape sequence. And although you can get them in any other 100% run when you go do all that stuff, not this time, because we need to get the gravity suit because the tech is just a little bit too difficult. Even though we have to do IBJs, don't worry about that part. I said the difficulty expectations are quite something for this guide. Okay, not my best parlor escape. Number 2. So next up is Wrecked Ship Fantoon. It's a little bit spooky, and just for marathon safety, I'm going to stop and save in the ship. Because I'm going to be tanking a lot of damage with Samus's face in the Fantoon fights. She has a whole bunch of like tasty blue fire to eat as we try and do that boss as fast as possible. So in case things go south, we got our checkpoint there. Now, astute viewers and Super Metroid experts know there's an ocean missile pack. That's not this one, although it's in water. This is just the moat missiles. Importantly, there's an item in this next area I'll point out as we shine Spark, or we attempt to shine Spark. It's directly below where we're going to charge this, so like right below there. Oh shoot. Didn't mean to do that. We'll go set that up again. But down there, we can't get that now. That's too difficult. We need to go get the gravity suit, and then we're going to come back. Get that later. There we go. We'll take the second try. This is Wrecked Ship, a pretty notorious level of Super Metroid for having a save room that you can't use until you bring power back to the ship. We will get this one missile pack before beating Fantoon and the power comes back on, because everything in this here is harmless right now. But when the power comes back on, all these like spike traps and just death platforms everywhere will turn on, and it's not a fun time. All right. So next up is Fantoon, who stole my name. And I take quite offense to that, so we're going to show who the best Fant is. Hopefully it's me. I'm going to do my best. But Fantoon may seem random. That's because it is. But there's not an unreasonable amount of patterns to learn to know exactly where he's going to spawn. I'm going to be mainly using missiles. And after this, I should turn off Ice Beam. So we'll swap over to the missiles, so he could spawn like right there. It's not going to be the next opportunity he's going to spawn is like right down here in this little corner. This is phase 1. Phase 2 is a little bit different. Now the next time he could spawn is down here. I'm firing too many missiles too fast to get a good cycle on him. It's fine. And that's what I wanted to do. Just do a kind of like a Doppler attack on him. We got 5 missiles there. It's fine. I think I can do 3 more missiles and a super missile to kill him. Gonna be so kind as to show up. There we go.
Wow, I wanted to give you some serious time. Can we hear it for Fant's improv during that? Sometimes that fight can just really go off the rails, and oh my goodness, Fant, you did so well there.
This fight's, ideally you 2-cycle it with the X Factor setup. We weren't going to do that this time, but this is known as a prominent run killer. So, Fantoon is not nice. Not kind. Let's get that help just in case. And I'm going to go ahead and turn off Ice Beam here.
May I deliver a quick update?
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, absolutely.
We are officially less than $10,000 away from beating our PB from Flame Fatales 2022. Also, I think it's important to note that the current Hollow Knight progress is $555 out of 5,000. That's a lot of 5s.
Mm-hmm.
It's a lot. Thank you so much, chat.
Yeah. So yeah, Fan had practiced that Fantoon, yes, Fantoon fight.
I've never heard that one before.
At length, though, and that is a really, really stressful run to do at a marathon. So again, I cannot stress how well Fan did there.
Yeah,
I know you're always difficult on yourself, Fan, but seriously, well done.
Yeah, I actually just learned the patterns like 2 days ago because I was like, I hate Fantoon. This is so annoying. I'm just gonna go memorize the patterns and get it done. So now I know where all the patterns are, which is nice. All right, so we're almost done with Rex Ship. And by almost done, I mean we have so much more stuff to do. So we're climbing all the way up to the top, and this part makes pretty much perfect sense on where we're gonna do, but we're gonna have something very special for you all after we finish up with Rex Ship.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Fan does not like this room, by the way.
This is my least favorite room in the game. So there's a room coming up in Norfair that's called, or colloquially known, the worst room in the video game, which is true for most routes. But if you have screw attack, it's pretty easy for getting screw attack, so it's no big deal. I think this set of rooms here is by far the worst, under the circumstance that you're doing like this route. In this route, this is my least favorite area. We're gonna try and, oh no, you didn't. You did! I think I accidentally got a wave beam shot off and caused them to go away, so. A little bit slower. We're good though.
Yeah.
Whee. Now they're in their spike prison forever. So I'm not sure if this is like the official thing of what happens, but I feel like the animals take this ship out. They utilize this ship because what other spaceship are they going to use, right? To escape the planet? I think like the animals are really smart and they just steal this ship.
I mean, possibly no spaceship if you're feeling like ditching the animals.
Okay, we gotta get that. Okay. I wanted to focus on this because this is notoriously giving me trouble. It's a very precise jump to hook up there. All right, so everything perfectly ordinary, right, Sky? This is standard routing.
This is standard fare. Standard fare, yep.
Yep. Unmorph Metroid, please.
Metroid?
Stop it. Okay.
I'm not gonna forget that, Fan. I'm sorry.
I mean, everybody calls her Metroid.
This is always a fun time here. So I believe you call this the bowling room, yeah?
Yeah, this is called the bowling room. I'll give you 2 guesses as to why. If you haven't played bowling, you should. It's a fun time. But now would be a good time for like 2 donations.
Wonderful, wonderful. Well, we have been receiving a lot of love for Mila, our good little bug friend, and I'm hearing some whispers that we're also getting quite close to 55 minutes. So if you wanted to donate $5 for a $5 donation train at 55 minutes, maybe 55 cents too, we could get even more 5s. So just an idea. Also, though, we do have lots of love and also indifference for the animals. Here's $100 from Gemnant, who says, I've always been a save the animals person, but I'm also a donate kind of person, so I'm putting this towards ditch so that someone else has to donate to cancel me out. Great event and loving this Club Nintendo run. Less than 3. Time to squeeze in one more?
Yeah, go ahead.
Sure thing. Here's $50 from Dr. A, who says, gotta get my donation in before it's too late. Here's $50 to ditch the animals and save the frames.
All right, so remember that item we left behind earlier? Well, this is the gravity suits. And now we can go get it. So with the gravity suit in hand, not only do we take a lot less damage, but we can now move normally underwater. And that's exactly what we're going to do. Look at this. Look how fast and speedy we are. I'm going to try and mock ball out to beat that cycle before it respawns. This is what we left behind. But we also left behind some stuff in the wrecked ship, so we're going to go get that now. Yay, we beat it.
So you're telling me Club Nintendo wants us to go out of the wrecked ship, get back, and now back into the ship?
Yeah, now we're going back into the wrecked ship.
Okay, all right.
It gets better. It
I'm
really
taking
does.
notes.
Now,
Okay.
I'm going to next be going through what is called the Spiky Death Room. And although it's very rare that I would mess up and get one framed and stuck in an infinite loop of death and lose the run, we're going to save just in case. Or we're not going to make GDQ sweat too much. We're not going to make the Prospitals tech team be like, oh my gosh, what are we going to do if she dies? Oh my gosh. No, it's fine.
I feel like we had that meme from Star Wars moment where I asked Fant during practice, you are going to save during the marathon run, right? And she was like, of course, but she kind of left me hanging there for
Can
a
someone
sec,
make that? Like, this is a very selfish request. I want to see that. Can someone please make that?
I'm glad you are saving though. That made me feel relieved.
All right. Chat, do you know what's next? You know what is happening next? The run. Because if you guess that the next item we're going to be obtaining in the Club Nintendo route is the spring ball, you would be correct, unfortunately. And to get there, we are doing a segment of the game most people probably think is DLC they released with like the Switch Online. This is the Forgotten Highway. Forgotten, well, this is the East Ocean, but over here is the Forgotten Highway. So forgotten because you never come over here because it's slow. There are way better ways to get to Meridia than this if you're going for anything other than Spring Ball first. But since we're getting the Spring Ball first, of all things, before doing anything else in Meridia, this is the route to take.
Yeah, this was definitely the first part where I had to do a double take on the Club Nintendo magazine and be like, wait, what?
This is not the best thing, by the way. There's still more surprises for you all.
The Club Nintendo Highway.
The Club Nintendo. I love it.
Chat. I was reading that off. You know?
Yeah, can we petition the speedrunning community to rename this the Club Nintendo Highway? I mean, I'm going to call it that from now on. All right, welcome to Meridia, the part you don't see. So this is like getting to a in-game area type thing, so the enemies start hurting more. You get a quick little mock ball in. But there's no items over here. Forgot to jump through there, no big deal. Instead, we're making our way to the toilets, as I call it. You don't know why it's called a toilet? It's pretty self-explanatory. We're gonna just head in here, flush ourselves down to the bottom, and here we go. Whee!
Whee!
We'll open that up for later.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So the spring ball, like casually, I know that this is the item I always end up finding on accident, no matter how much I do. However, the first time I went to acquire this spring ball, I destroyed the wrong enemy, and my chat was really upset about it. They weren't upset about Crockfire. They were upset about me destroying this, we'll call it friend.
Oh, Shack Tool, yes.
Yeah,
any fans of Shack Tool in chat? This is also a very annoying jump.
Nice wall jumping. No, that's my fault. I'm sorry, man.
Yeah, I can blame Sky there. It's all good.
I'm sorry, friend. I'm so clean.
All right, there's our friend Shack Tool. So yeah, if you accidentally kill Shack Tool, you can't go through this like hardened sediment here. We gotta wait, and now would be time for like 3 donations while we're watching Shack Tool just do his thing and have some fun.
Oh, wonderful. I have $5 for you from not Sarah McLaughlin, who says, in the arms of the angel. For just $5, you too can get a ticket on the Save the Animals train. Please donate today. We also have plenty of $5 coming in. Here's $5.55 from Jen Fields, who said, wait, but $5.55 isn't less than 3? Oh. I also have an alternative version of $5, $500 from Anonymous.
Wow.
Bought quite a few tickets there, who says, Mila is such a sweet bug. We need to save. Please help save Mila. Less than 3.
Thank you so much. So we've collected the spring ball. So now we can do Meridia, right? Wrong. We're not doing anything else with Meridia for now. Because we got to go outside of Meridia to get something else. And, yeah, I'm going to, Sky speaks Spanish, or at least knows enough Spanish. Where are we going next?
Well, I mean, do you want me to spoil?
I mean, we need to consult the guide, right? To know. We need to follow it exactly.
Exactly?
Yeah.
All right. Trying to find the exact point here. This is a big guide. This is a
it's meaty.
Very big guide here. You just say it's meaty?
It is. You have a better word to describe the guide? Like, there's a lot of content in there. It's meaty.
Well, that's where that chorizo's coming from then, all right. Is this the moment I'm thinking of, Fant? Like, is this the one where I was like, but why?
Yeah, it is.
Oh, no. Oh, we're finally here.
One of like the 3 remaining things. But why?
This is a but why moment. I'm looking for what number this is, because again, this is like every other page here.
Well, if you guessed back to Craig's room.
Oh, that is that. Yeah. Yeah, so when we were doing this in practice, and I'm like, this is a joke, yeah? Fans like, no, this is actually
this is what we need to do. Yeah.
I don't get it. I'll put it that way. I don't want to be negative, but I don't get it.
There we go. This is what we need to come back here for.
All right, so that's missile.
And now we can do Meridia. Hooray.
Oh, right here. I think this is it. I found it. The one we just got. Aquí utiliza una powder bomb. Toma el missile y regresa a Meridia. And return to Meridia, yep. Yeah, that one I don't quite understand. Again, that's one of the liberties we talked about here.
Indeed. All right, here's the Meridia 2. So there's a much faster way to get here than the route we took, but because we had to detour for those 2 items, it ended up being optimal to do it that way. Quite interesting, huh? So Meridia is not too offensive here. Everything we get is pretty normal and makes a lot of sense for how we're going to be doing things somewhat efficiently. Starting with this set of items right here. Going to hopefully first try this because I hate this check. Yeah, we're good. I called it a check like I've been playing too much randomizer.
I really like that, though, because, again, you develop visual cues for that, and that's about the only way you would get that. The first time I saw that, my jaw literally dropped to the floor. I'm like, man, how do you even know to do that?
Yeah, it's probably one of the more obscure pickups.
Mm-hmm.
Ow, that hurt. Call this next room Turtle Time with Crush, if anybody is a fan of that old attraction. Because there's a turtle. And there's an E-Tank. Any fans of E in the chat?
Oh yeah, there's a lot of E in the chat.
Oh, I bought
that is an unfortunate place for an E-Tank, by the way. And another unfortunate place for this missile.
This missile is how Nintendo made money with the Nintendo hotline. The hotline to the experts to tell you, where is this gosh darn missile? Like, did you get the one in the turtle room? No, who's gonna get that? You can't even get up there to like X-ray it. It's like so ridiculous.
That is wild.
Oh, oops.
Do you have a moment for a quick update?
Yes, go ahead.
We are so close to $130,000, less than $500 away. And also, you remember when Ditch the Animals was trailing by oh so much?
Yeah.
Well, they're now only trailing by $600. Save the Animals is at $2,000.47,
Holy crap.
and Ditch is at $1,401. So, don't get too comfortable, Save the Animals fans. Ditch is catching up.
But the critters, we can't leave the critters behind.
If chat says so.
The critters are so cute.
Well, people just have to donate to save them.
Yeah, it's definitely gonna, it always goes back and forth. This is definitely one of my favorite bid wars for a good cause, for sure. Thank you, everyone.
As I'm honored being the one to do it this time. This is another like just really annoying room with the enemies, and I managed to bypass a little bit of that. Super Metroid's hard mainly because I feel the game was designed for 3 hands. And we only have 2. At least I only have 2 personally. And this room is very unique in the Club Nintendo guide, where it doesn't matter which order you get these 2 in. They're in like the same step, so we can choose to get the supers first and the missiles, or the missiles first and the supers. It really doesn't matter too much, as long as we just get both of those on that visit. I would cry if I had like go in there, get a missile, then go out and then come back. That would be unfortunate, but thankfully we don't have to do something like that.
There's a question. Has Save ever lost the bid war? Yeah, I've had to announce a couple times Save has not won the bid war. I've hosted quite a few Super Metroids, and yeah, I can confirm that Save has lost before. And I always, when I have
Don't
to say
get
it the other way,
comfy, Save the Animals.
leave it behind. It's so sad.
We're saving the frames. Frames are pretty cute. I think so, at least.
Cat, post your favorite critter emotes in chat. I like animals.
Whenever
Would
I'm
you
doing
like
anything with
some-
Sky, like all hear is like, "What? Look at this beautiful rack," or something like that. Don't read too much into that. I didn't think what I was saying, but raccoons and like foxes and
And opossums and stuff. Yeah, I have a 24/7 critter cam on my right monitor.
it's great.
So we'll just be playing or speed running or doing something. I'll be like, oh, look, it's this critter. Everyone's like, Sky. And I'm like, I don't care. We get critter updates.
Could I interest you in some consolatory Save the Animals donations? Because I do have some for you.
Yeah,
just
yeah,
for
please.
you.
Yeah.
I have $10 here from Clockwork Ophelia, who says, "Hey, Fan, can we morb the animals?" Just kidding. Safe as always. Thank you for creating such a wonderful community.
Thank you so much, Ophelia.
I also have $125 here from Welp, who says, "Please save Mila. She's my bestie. Please keep crushing my favorite games and doing amazing things for girls throughout the world. Less than 3, but written out as words. So easy to read that way."
All right, no matter how you slice it, you've got to go through Meridia twice in loops because of the way the sand pits work. They're one-way tickets, and you can only do one at a time. So if you're doing 100% of the items, you gotta come back here later. And we'll
I'm
do
so
that
sorry, I
after
have-
Dragon. Go ahead.
I have one more thing for you.
Yeah.
We just hit $130,000.
Yeah, thank you all so
That means we're less than $7,000 away from beating Flame Fatale's 2022 PB and also getting that inscription game on the schedule. So close, chat.
I believe.
I'm gonna try a little bit more to get this green gate glitch here. It'd be enough. Get out of here, silly crab. There we go. We're gonna be a little bit low on missiles for Batwoon here coming up, and I forgot where I was going. We're going up here. Get out of here.
I've always mixed up the Botswoon Fantoon slash
Batwoon,
like Dragon.
Dragon.
There's so many critters in this game.
We're gonna take we haven't saved in a while, so just again for marathon safety, we're gonna just pop into the save room by Batwoon since it's right here anyway. It doesn't take too much time to get in there.
Thank you, Fan. You know, I'll tell you, I definitely feel more relaxed when you save during.
I don't want Sky to be stressed.
Yes, thank you.
I'm also gonna turn off phaser beam here, since I use so many super missiles to get through the green gate. I only have 5, and it takes like 10 to take out Batun. We're gonna try and be a little bit more efficient, doing a neat little. Not quite hidden, because I think it's in like the instruction manual. Originally called an X Factor. It's like a special beam power that every beam in Super Metroid has that basically nobody knows how to use. So, myself included, until I started speedrunning.
Also, when we get to Fantoon, Club Nintendo has a lot to say about Fantoon. Like, a lot. Not Fantoon, Dragon.
Right, I'm doing a timing setup here, hopefully. I got all but 1 hit. So I got this little guy going around. Unfortunate. All right, now we got to do regular old missiles. Get some beautiful health that I don't need, because in the next room we're gonna be getting some extra health right here.
Could I interest you in some healthy donations as well?
Go ahead, give us something.
Yeah.
Wonderful. Here's $100 from Anonymous, who says, everyone, please remember to check if you have anyone like an employer who will match donations. I'm gonna double my impact that way.
Shoot.
Very nice advice. Also have $55.50 here from Silver and Onyx, who says, I'm not ready for Frost Fatales to be over yet. The week has flown by with amazing runs from so many fabulous people. Let's finish strong for all the women and girls this event will impact. Save education, save Mila, and save the animals. Reminder that the event's not over yet, and if we can meet that milestone by the end of this run, we get a whole nother game added on. So please, make our event longer. Would you?
Okay, Fant, you want me to read off the strategy here?
Yeah, sure. How am I defeating Dragon here? What's the best?
We know your Spanish is perfect here, right? Hay dos técnicas para eliminar a este jefe. Para empezar, destruir con misiles a los enemigos que están en la pared. La segunda técnica consiste en lo mismo, equilibrado, pero cuando se acerque lentamente a ti, déjate agarrar. Entonces comienza a mover el control de un lado a otro con ritmo, para hacer que el jefe se mueva de un lado a otro cada vez más y más, además de que te va elevando. Perfecto, Fan. Así que cuando puedas utilizar el grappling beam en la parte de la pared que tiene electricidad con eso de la baja energía, pero no sé qué comprar con lo que daña al jefe al grado que lo eliminas en unos cuantos segundos.
In other
Perfecto,
words,
Fan.
fried shrimp.
Is that how you say fried shrimp in Spanish?
It's very long,
think-
yes. Yeah.
Man, that's gotta take forever to order at a restaurant.
Wow, that was a long explanation. Look, there is one interesting thing in there that you may not have picked up on, where the guide says to get Dragon closer to the walls to use the grappling beam. Repeatedly press left and right on the D-pad in sync with the movements. What that actually does is releases you from the grip, so it doesn't work. Don't do that. Don't follow the guide too closely. But we got Space Jump. We are almost done with Meridia. A couple things, but important to know, I just want to point something out here. This is my room, because right here, in this next little spot, look, it's a B. Here we go. B for fan. Right there.
Sorry, my accent fell a little bit short there just because I was trying to read fast while Fant was doing the fight to time it with the ending part, because Fant plays that boss so fast, so I'm sorry if my pronunciation was a little off, but I felt like it got the message across. Fant defeated the boss, so that works for me.
That is not the fastest way to do it. Short charging Shine Sparks and coupling with Super Missiles is, but that's like the second fastest way to do it. So the Nintendo guide wants us to fry the shrimp, so I have no issues with that. Go open the door. Thank you, Sam. Okay, so there's 3 more items left in Meridia. The right sandpit that we left later, and that later is now. We're gonna get that. And then we need to head up and grab the plasma beam. We're gonna be doing big damage here.
I have another message for you from Crocomire. Would you like
Sure.
Crocomire? I have $5 here from Non-Binary Code on behalf of Crocomire, who says, it may be too late for me, but it's not too late to save the animals. Crocomire says save the animals. And also trans rights. Crocomire says trans rights. Always remember Crocomire.
Can I just say I hate sand? The sand in Meridia is so obnoxious to move through, to jump in. Oh, first. We're almost done. We're almost done with the sand, though.
And again, I do want to hear it also for our wonderful host, Pippy. Thank you so much for reading these donations. They have been wonderful. And again, we are pushing towards that PB, y'all. So Pippy, thank you so much for helping us get there.
Thank you, all the donors, for helping us get so close. Oh my gosh, we're almost at 131K already. But we need more. We've got more to go. More to go. I believe in you, chat.
This is one of my least favorite rooms as well in the game because, like, I tried to get through here without killing enemies. But sometimes they just get in the way. Annoying, but it's all good. So Plasma Beam is very good. Does a lot of damage. Is going to make our remaining boss fights significantly faster. So props to the guide for taking us up here. The benefits of turning off Ice Beam is no matter how much damage you do, if you have Ice Beam enabled, they will always freeze first. So it always takes like one extra shot after Frozen to deal with that. So when you don't have Ice Beam on, you just like generally go through these rooms quite a bit faster.
So Pam, what is coming up? Like, what are the next few things we're doing here?
So Meridia's done. We have now successfully gotten every item in Meridia, but we're going back down the toilet once more because we need to go do a backtracking segment to get all of the wonderful items we missed, mainly in Brinstar. So Upper Norfair's cleared, Meridia's cleared, Wrecked Ship is completely done. There's a couple things left in Criteria we're going to get later, but Brinstar has a significant amount of stuff. This is going to be the Brinstar cleanup, and this is where we're going to meet a few of our lovely critter friends.
And remember to use this as an incentive, folks. We actually will be up close and personal with these critters. So again, think about whether you want to save them or ditch them. And Fant, do we have time for some more donations? We're trying to get that PB.
Of course, yeah. We got some backtracking to do here, so you've all seen these rooms before. So now we have space
A friendly reminder also that Ditch is catching up.
No!
It's well within sniping distance, okay?
Oh, yeah.
But I do have some animal love for you, and also some love for PB. I've got $100 from Anonymous here that says, I don't understand how buying peanut butter for frame fatales gets to a new donation record, but I trust y'all. Thank you for spending $100 on peanut butter. I swear it helps. It really does. Also, $25 from Anonymous who says, trans rights, animal rights, save the animals. I don't know which ones, but save the animals. Yes. Yes, indeed.
I'm getting a couple super missiles here since I spent so many, but outside that, you can go continue on.
Sure thing. Here's $25 from Liachir, who says, is saving Mila even possible? I didn't know it was, but now I want to see it done. I think it's possible. I'm told it's possible. And if it is possible, we'd be less than $1,300, or not 1,000, so sorry, $2,300 away from getting to see it. So remember, that's also an option. Also have $5 here from I'm Just Jace, who says, 8 years ago, I stumbled upon AGDQ 2015 and donated for the very first time to save the animals. So here we go again. Less than 3. Written out for my readability. Do you have time for a few more?
Let's do 2 more.
2 more? I've got one here that's for $25.25 from Trury, who says, greater than 3? Sure. We also have $100 from Dirty Laundry. Reminder to do your laundry.
Yes,
who says,
Yes, please.
save the animals? In my GDQ, it's more likely than you think. Let's correct that. Ditch the animals. Thank you. Save the frames.
Yo, thanks, Dirty Laundry. We appreciate that. So we are coming up. I think this is one of our favorite, mine and fans' favorite segments of the game, right? So we have this E-Tank coming up. Now there's, again, as Fan said, there's a lot coming up here in Brinstar, right? So there is a room. I think one of them's coming up. Yeah, Fan?
Yeah, it is.
Okay, cool.
We're gonna pay a visit to the animals first. That's our next stop.
Right.
And do some swag in here if I can. Let's see if I can do it. I just love doing that. Doing the speedball strats is very fun.
Wait, do you mean we or E?
All right, so this is a spooky room. I could just fall down.
Okay.
We did. Not a big deal.
You fall down. I don't believe you.
That floor is definitely solid. You know, I want to hear a 1. Type 1 if during the first time you ever played Super Metroid, you missed this E-Tank and fell down into the trap that Nintendo set for you. I sure did, so if I could type 1 right now, I would. Because this floor is invisible. How cruel.
That's mean.
It's really mean.
Who would put the animals down here, too? What are the animals
put
doing
them
here?
down here.
That's mean.
Speaking of animals, here are some of the animals we wanted to look at them. Aren't they cute? That's all you're gonna see.
That's it? But I can hear them. That's good.
I've got some more hamburgers.
Okay.
Can I possibly deliver a few messages directly to the animals?
Sure.
While we can hear them?
Yeah.
I'm sure that they can hear me too, right?
Here, we'll go down.
Perfect. We have $25 from Soulmass218, who would like to say, those animals did nothing wrong. But on behalf of speedrunners everywhere, we must save the frames. Also $100 from Reverend Grumby, who says, sorry, critters.
Sorry.
I have delivered my messages to the animals.
Those poor critters. Although some people are in chat are saying, what about the frames? Yeah.
Those poor frames. Who is out here advocating for frames?
I mean, that's my default choice, so.
We're also almost to 132K.
Wow.
So come on.
Anyway.
Just a few more dollars to save the frames.
This is my favorite room because it's just got, well, if I place my power bomb, there's 3 items back to back to back.
But wait, there's more.
There is. This is not the Billy Mays room, but
not yet. I was practicing.
I nicknamed this one the true Billy Mays room because there's like just 3 items right back to back to back to back. And if you don't know who Billy Mays is, it was like this person who did infomercials on TV in like the 90s. And I think early aughts or something, and would always say, but wait, there's more. Kind of like where that whole thing came from. But, you know, Actually, I'll wait till we get later to talk more about it. Okay.
All right.
So that's West Brinstar done. And let's head all the way back because we're next going to get the big pink bomb that we left for earlier. Again, a lot of this stuff we could have gotten earlier, but the game's like really wants to make sure you have all the equipment necessary, except IBJs.
Hey, Ben,
What's
chat
up?
saying, and if you call in the next 10 minutes. Ben has the best split names ever. I love them.
Yeah, I actually have my splits open so I could remember where to go since this route is so obtuse.
Oh, goodness.
There are several times where I've had PB attempts fail because I accidentally go the wrong direction. It's like, oh yeah, this is Club Nintendo. We gotta go do it this way. But now we're heading over to the Billy Mays room. So once again, Sky, we're heading to Retro Brinstar. This is trip number 3 because
3.
yeah, we love it over here.
Nintendo sure does like the classic Metroid room.
It is pretty neat. It's a cool little thing.
Band with the with the different upgrades. I just think it's pretty neat.
It is.
There's like an E-tank and a reserve tank.
So we placed the power bomb in a very specific spot because it makes this nice little wall here that you can line up for and just try to spark up this door.
Well, how are we supposed to find that one?
The X-ray visor. This thing right here. Look at that.
I thought we were supposed to find it by reading the guide from
There we
Club
go.
Nintendo.
Yeah, see, look at invisible stuff. There it is. All right.
Oh.
I wasted a significant amount of time demonstrating that, chat, but don't worry. Here's the Billy Maid rooms. There's one missile, but wait, there's more in this room because if you just take a peek down here, there is another missile. That's the Billy Maid's room. And you know what, chat? We didn't even have to pay extra processing for this one.
Wow.
That's a deal.
Good. So can we get an update on that save and leave the animals
Ditch 'em.
incentive?
Yeah, ditch 'em.
Yeah.
Save the Animals is currently at $2,485 and very important, 16 cents. Ditch the Animals is currently at $1,701.
All right, I've never done that.
So, I would like to say, well, every little bit counts. Also, snipes do happen. We got an $1,000 donation in from Anonymous, who said wanted to donate towards the end of Frost Fatales to thank everyone who lent their voices hosting these wonderful runs. Special shout out to Pippy for always being an absolute joy to listen to. Then you can't say nice things about me. No, that's illegal. But remember, you're never safe.
Yeah, that is very true.
We have hit $132,000 though. By
Good
the
job,
way,
everybody.
if you like to count, we're only $5,000 away. So
Oh, that's close.
It is indeed. Anyway, remember way back at the start of the run, came up here. I'm going to go ahead and turn in Ice Beam because there is a strat you can do here. Not using it, I'm not too great at it, so I'm just going to baby it up with the Ice Beam. We came all the way up here for our first power bomb upgrade, and we got eaten by all those vile plumes. Remember that? That was just classic clippable moment right there. And what we missed and left behind was something we could have gotten the literal first time we were here. That is this room. These are called the beta power bombs. And there's these 3 enemies here that do deal a lot of damage. But at the same time, although the guide has you skip this, there is a similar room on that first trip back to Retro Brinstar with the exact same enemies they have the exact same equipment for. So it's truly baffling why they decide to skip this here. Questionable choice, but hey, we came up here, we got it, and now it's time to head back down.
Maybe it's one of those that like it was like a typo and it got lost in time or something like that.
Could be.
You know, like I can see that being a thing.
But yeah, back down the red tower we go. this.
Come on, folks. $5,000 left. I would love to not only PV, but let's extend the marathon, y'all. I'm looking forward to that Inscription run. I'm an avid lover of card games, and Inscription's pretty sweet.
How rude. These enemies. Not my best movement, but we're making it work. Every room in this game has been optimized so much. There's always stuff to be learning.
Yeah, what's up, Pippy?
I do have a quick donation for Fant, I believe. I don't quite understand it. I'm hoping you can interpret for me.
I'll do my best.
Here's $25 from thechocolateDave@gmail.com. That is their username, and they say, looking forward to calling Khan immediately in Mahjong later to celebrate your run. Good luck from your mod team. P.S. Sorry I can't score my hands properly and sounding smug when san baiman by accident.
Okay, so I
just
feel
said
I do
a lot
owe
of
the chat
words.
some explanation there.
Yeah, we do. Thanks, Dave.
Dave is referring to a game called Mahjong, specifically Richi Mahjong, which is like a Japanese style on the Chinese game. And calling a con is a bad idea. It's kind of like opening up Pandora's box in the game to make everything worse. And I've been adamant about teaching my friends and everybody who plays, like, don't do this unless you have a really good reason to. And Dave just ignores me at every step and somehow just gets away with the most ridiculous hands, taking all my points. And I'm very sad about it. So thanks for the donation, Dave. I really appreciate it. There's some history about that. Don't call a con.
Oh, yeah.
Friends don't let friends call a con. Just say that.
Or sometimes I'll do it and I'll be like, okay, fan stream, nobody tell fan about the con this. All of a sudden she'll show up in my chat. Sky, how'd you get here?
Anyway, any bangers in chat because the Lower Norfair music is heckin' awesome.
Oh, heck yeah. Let's see your favorite music emotes, chat.
I was going for a short charge there to kind of like speed through this. I missed it. No big deal.
Now, one thing before we get here, because we're getting to Ridley very soon, chat. We don't have too much time to save or ditch the animals. So again, have your voice be heard for a wonderful cause. Be sure to put in towards the incentive for save or ditch the animals. I like save, so put in some to defend the animals, please.
I'd like you to please ditch the animals. Thank you.
I'm sorry, I'm on Team Ditch. I like frames and also generally the aesthetic of chaos. So, snipe maybe? We're pretty darn close.
If I got sniped, I would be okay with it, if only because, again, that means milestones, that means more frame fatales. I mean, I'm ready for this. Also, Fant, you want to talk about this fight a little bit?
Yeah, so this is a pretty notorious boss, and for a lot of people, very difficult. But if you get in a specific spot under its foot, which you can use like the visual cue with the pillar to my left, you can just sit here, dodge all the attacks. The Golden Chorizo has nothing to counter this, and you just aim up and fire, and it's gone. It's just that easy.
That was a fantastic fight. I had to make that pun at least once. I'm
Thank
sorry.
you.
So, you don't have too many more items to get, yeah, Fan? Like,
we're approaching the end. We got screw attacks, so now we're just broken. And our next stop is Kingdom Hearts, which I think we had earlier on in the marathon, right? Like day 1 or day 2, we had a Kingdom Hearts run. So that's where we're headed. And
just want to say, you hear that, chat? That's only a few items left to get in the last just $5,000. It's fine. I believe in you. We're doing great, but we can do even greater.
Trying to preserve as much speed as I can to go zoom through this. So,
wow, that was great. Good.
And here's the room I mentioned earlier called the worst room in the game. But see, we have screw attacks, so it's not that big of a deal. But you can imagine how awful this is if you can't just destroy these enemies with screw attack. It's a nice ability. Anyway, this is Kingdom Hearts.
Oh, I didn't visualize that till now, Fant. Wow, I can't unsee that now. That's cool.
Yeah, you'll never unsee that. The speedrunner name for it is the Mickey Mouse room, but I'm a fan of Kingdom Hearts, so of course I'm going to do that. I have my own pet names for all these rooms. We're gonna try and navigate this very carefully with space jump. We're good. We're good. Space
Can I
jump's
sneak
very
in a
finicky.
few?
After a second, because down here is Ridley, and you think we'd do that next? Wrong. No, we have more stuff to get because clearly the amount of energy tanks, the amount of missiles, super missiles we have is not enough. So yes, I'm not making this up. We are going and getting all the items in the Ridley escape before doing Ridley. What else? Club Nintendo presents. This is I think the most powerful routing choice in the entire category. This is called the Franker Z missiles because the room kind of looks like a dog with ears.
Another shape I can't unsee.
Yep.
All right, Pippy, what were you saying?
Do you have time for a quick message that a friendly donator has decided to tell us what we're missing out on if we don't get that inscription incentive met?
Sure, let's see it.
Yeah.
$15 from Panic Kid, who said, here's some money towards saving those animals, saving Mila, and getting that inscription milestone. P.S. For those of you who haven't played Inscription, you're missing out. Amazing gameplay, amazing spooky vibes, amazing in-game lore. So let's get a preview for those who aren't familiar. Let's get that run! It's got like 8 exclamation points. I hope I exclaimed enough for you. Do you have time for one more short one?
Yeah, give us one more.
I have $25 from you from Billy Mays here, who says, let's beat that personal best. Thank you, Billy Mays. I can't do a Billy Mays voice. I'm very sorry.
I did not expect that to come in here. Thank you.
I'm sorry.
All right, we've collected the tanks. We got 10 more missiles and a pack of power bombs. It's definitely going to help us take out Ridley. We definitely needed these items for the Ridley fight. Because we don't use any of these items for the Ridley fight.
It's going to be the make or break, right, Bant?
Yeah, for sure. Anyway, now we can go back down here. What a run. What's a category? Yeah, we're nearing Ridley, finally. We'll be doing a couple more attempted tricks here, I should say. Hoping to get some an early speed booster there. That's all good. You get these on the way in instead of on the way out. And let's go take out Ridley. Whee. I just made that platform disappear. It's a nice little magic trick Samus can do. Called a Kago. It has limited applicability, but, you know, this is one of those spots where it's really good. There's a neat little Shine Spark strat you can do for this. I've been practicing. I'm not confident in it yet, so we're going to, maybe a future run will implement that. But now we just have all of these rooms with so many gosh darn enemies, Sky. And next up, Ridley. Sky, how about you talk to us about Ridley?
All right, so Ridley, definitely a very difficult boss your first time casually through this, but what's going to happen is Bant is going to be counting the damage that is done to Ridley, and then when that certain damage threshold is reached, if Ridley does not grab you, I believe the fight will not end, which is pretty counterintuitive, right? Like, I'm going to let the boss get me right at the end, because at the moment when you do that, especially when you're doing it your first time, you're thinking, this doesn't seem practical nor right. No, Bant actually has to grab you before Ridley has to grab Bant before the fight is over. So that is the basics here. I'll tell you something, that description was much easier in English than it was in Spanish. But yeah, I believe, and Fate can correct me if I'm wrong later on, it looks like Ridley always changes different colors too for each phase here.
Yeah,
There we go.
he colors at different damage thresholds, and I actually lost count in there, so I think I did a couple extra ones. But yeah, I used to have the hardest time just knowing when to let Ridley grab you, and I just started in my head counting from 1 to 20 every single time I do this fight. It's like, okay, 1, 2, 3, And eventually we got there. So that's why I had to talk about it so I could just count. I still messed it up. So.
Speaking of counting, we did just hit 133K.
133.
That's less than 4,000 to go. Also, Save the Animals, you're doing a great job with $2,709 and now 20 cents. Ditch the Animals has $2,339, so thanks for keeping up.
Thank you.
We're so close to ditching them. So close.
Yeah, we're actually at the tail end of this run, so we got a very, very long backtracking section because we are basically on the opposite side of the map of where we need to be. That's just how doing Ridley Last works, because this is like supposed to be the deepest, darkest part of Planet Zephyrus. It's gonna take a little bit to get back to where we want to go. And there's no items really to get on the way, so you can really go ham with donations until we take the final elevator up.
I'd love to.
I'll point that out when we get there. But
so donations a go?
All donations go.
Wonderful. Oh, yeah. Here's $500 from Elzimoto, who just says, "Chaos." My kind of donation. Thank you so much. I also have $125 from Zibbits, who says, "I like frames so much that I think we should bring more of them into existence by saving the animals." Nice bait and switch, okay? We also have $10 from Lemon Carrots, who says, "My dog Peach says save the animals. Do it for Peach." You make a compelling argument. We also have $25 from Kamedare, who says, "Always an important time to save the animals. Less than 3.
You can keep on going.
Wonderful. I have $20 here from the cooler Zote, as opposed to all the other Zotes, who says, "Precept 42. Spend Geo when you have it. Perhaps by donating to a great cause like Malala Fund. Precept 58. Trans rights are human rights. Precept less than 3. Chat is cute.
Love it.
A great reminder that all these donations are going to a great cause, and we are getting real close to 134K. Only a little bit more to beat our PB and send a lot of great money to charity. But here's a very helpful $250 from Jackos, who says, "It's canon that they were saved, and we need to maintain canon."
So the next elevator you see, that's keep going till we're just doing the Meridia backtrack. We're gonna go say hi to a redfish. So any redfish fans? But outside of that, keep on going. I loved hearing all this.
Wonderful.
Thank you so much for everything.
We have $150 here from Aura, who says, "Go Frost, go fast, but not so fast that you forget to save the animals." Little smiley face. We also have $50 from Anonymous, who's catering to my interests and says, "Save those frames! Less than 3." In legible words. Here's $25 from Hitman Lionhouse, who says, "What a great week, but we still have work to do. Let's set that PB and unlock Inscription. By the way, in this lion house, we save the animals. Good luck, runners, and have fun. Less than 3.
All right.
Got any time for more?
You got sneak one more in there. And then,
one more
a
in?
little bit to talk about.
Here's $100 from that glorious Cupcake, who says, "We got a PB to beat."
All right, so we have completed the bulk of the backtracking, and we're heading up to the ship. So last we were here, we were saving for the Bantoon fights, And now we're going to be utilizing the ship to get us in a specific spot for a Shine Spark. You get up here. So you just narrowly missed that little ledge there. And this is one of the 4 remaining items here on the right. It's going to be our last, I think this is Power Bomb expansion. Yep, that's our last Power Bomb expansion. There we go. And we're now going to be doing one of my favorite strats in the game. And I think probably one of my favorite speedrun strats in any game. We're going to be charging a shot, and we're going to be aiming it to the right. And this is going to wrap it around. So it opened up a door that you can't see way to the left. And we can Shine Spark to the left into this room, and then just zoom right on through the first half of what is called the Gauntlet. I love that so much. I never get tired of doing that. It's actually easier than it looks if you just know where to stand. And you could just walk right on through and probably pick this up, I would say, within 5 minutes of trying it out. Just because it is pretty consistent, not too precise. And I'm just going to be careful here because I don't want to accidentally open up one side as the Gauntlet. It's a very rude room. If you don't go right down the middle, you have to go do the Gauntlet again because the other side's locked off. Very unfortunate. We're not going to do that. I'm just going to take a little bit slow. And there we go. At Frame Fatale's audience, we just Skybilz. We just got all the items. That is 100% of the items completed. All that is left is to head down and defeat Mother Brain and do this, which just means we are coming up soon on the fate of those lovely critters.
Also, all that's left is less than $3,000.
Less than $3,000.
Less than 3.
Less than 3.
Ooh, let's do it.
Well, you hit 134K, so I think it looks pretty doable. Y'all want to see Inscription?
I do.
Oh, heck yeah. All right, well, we're waiting for this whole animation to take place. We got time for more donations.
Wonderful. I'd also like to point out, Save the Animals, you're only ahead by about $300, so...
No, that's close. That's close.
Yeah. Here's $500 from Dubanka, who says, these animals look pretty safe. Let's save Mila, too. Good reminder on the Mila incentive. And also, thank you. Please fall into a false sense of security. On the other hand, we have $50 from Sendager. I'm going to pronounce it that way for now. Who just says, ditch, 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 ditch. Perfect.
That's wonderful.
That hurt me a little bit on the inside, I'm not gonna lie.
May I sneak in one more just for you, fan?
Sure.
It's just for you. We have $25. It's still going to Malala Fund, by the way. Just letting you know, you don't get to keep the money.
That's good. That is good. That's what we want.
Got $25 from Karaga13, who says, donating because Fant looks fabulous and it needed to be said.
Aw.
It did need to be said.
It took me a long time to get this hair to work right, like just styling it, so thank you. Alright, our final 2 Metroids outside of maybe everybody's favorite Metroid. Or final 3 Metroids, I should say. There we go. We got 8 super missiles, which is not great, but we only use them to take out Mother Brain Phase 1, so. We have 133 regular missiles, which is going to be enough. We are not short on missiles in this category. I'm going to try and do the baby skip. Baby skip's pretty hard, and I probably have less than a 5% chance of getting it, but it doesn't hurt. And you may be wondering, why is the baby so big? I think it's just eating so much. I jumped too high there and a little bit too late.
I just wanted to see the baby more.
Yeah, we just wanted to see the baby. This gives us more time for a donation.
Yeah.
That's the bit. Andy, here it is.
Oh,
Adorable.
what a cutie.
Might I give you just a quick warning? Save the animals, you're ahead by less than $40.
Oh, wow. That's so close.
I'm sorry. I'm being informed that I needed to update my my page, and that might not be the case. Ditch might actually be in the lead. So
I will say, you have until the final Shrine Spark. That's when I usually cut it off.
Oh my
That's
goodness.
Okay. So after Mother Brain, there's going to be 2 Shrine Sparks. And the one that goes up the final, initial climb, that is going to be the one where we cut it off, I hope.
I'm sorry for misleading everyone. First of all, we have hit $135,000.
Yes. Yeah.
Let's keep counting. And second of all, save the animals. You wish you were ahead by $40. You're actually behind by $400 now.
Excuse me. No.
we are at
This
the
That
cannot
was
be.
a powerful
well.
refresh.
We need the canonical ending. Come on, y'all. Please. It's for a good cause.
All right, don't worry about that Zeb skip I just did.
That was
I don't have
fancy.
to worry about taking down things. So.
All right.
May I share with you a couple of the donations that have been rolling in real
Sure.
quick?
Yep.
Yeah,
As we're
here's-
loading in the final fight. Sure.
Yeah.
Flashing warning here. Sorry, y'all.
Yes.
Oh.
This whole fight is awful. If you're sensitive to flashes, I apologize in advance.
We got $299.99 from Anonymous, who said, "Here's less than $300 to ditch those animals."
Wow. So yeah, Mother Brain's like we have max HP. It's not gonna be like Mother Brain loves fast food. It's gonna be firing French fries, onion rings, ketchup. There's the onion rings right there. Oh, I'm loving the onion rings today. Maybe we can get some French fries. I think we're gonna get there's the ketchup. We're not gonna be getting any burgers or potatoes. A lot of ketchup.
What were we supposed to do with just ketchup?
I don't know. All right, so we're getting down to a very specific amount of HP for what's called the stand-up glitch. So there's a couple HP gates that the fight looks for. One of them is being like from 700 to 799. That allows us to get down to 4 tanks left. And then the next step is below 100 HP. And when you're below 100 HP for the rainbow beam here, that's what's going to cause the baby to come in here and save the day. So now, normally we are, if you're playing this game without knowing this, stuck in a crouched position watching Mother Brain do this and attempt to take us down. So we're going to try and stay standing up, because that's going to allow us to damage Mother Brain during the this whole cutscene segment. So as soon as Metroid depatches, and this is what I was talking about with, oops, didn't want to pause there. With the X-ray, so I messed it up, but I just activated the X-ray, and now we're back standing up again. And we're just gonna pump some charge shots into Mother Brain. This is damaging her, and we're just gonna be doing as much as we can. We'll be doing as many firings as we can before the cutscene ends, and then we'll have less Hyper Beam to worry about, because Hyper Beam is very laggy and very slow.
I'm sorry to interrupt your boss fight, but one, we hit $136,000, and two, save is ahead.
Yes!
Save is ahead again. How has this happened?
For the critters!
Alright. Gonna make sure I don't lag the game. Trying to get jumps with 3 hits each, but if Mother Brain's gonna do that. And Mother Brain's down. Okay, so we're starting the final escape. So there's gonna be a 1 Shine Spark, and there's gonna be a 2nd Shine Spark. After that 2nd Shine Spark concludes, let's hear the final total of whether or not we are saving or leaving behind ditching the animals, okay?
You just tell me when, because
Yes, I will. So
it's gonna
you
be
got
close.
Like under a minute. If you really care about one, this isn't long. So.
Oh my goodness.
So this is going to be Shine Spark number 1. Oh, a little bit early, but there we go. There's number 1. I'd say like you probably got 20 seconds left. 25 because I got hit by that.
Just giving us a couple extra frames to get in for Ditch the Animals. You?
All right, so we're going to be climbing this room. Just, not the cleanest climb, but we will be climbing it. Oh my goodness! I'm just throwing so we can get some time to change the outcome here.
The drama.
All right, this is the room. So go ahead and do a final refresh right now. What are we doing? What is the fates?
We're refreshing. The animals' fates are in.
They're locked.
Oh. We're having some dramatic pause with the refresh.
Okay, I'm gonna pause right here because this is the spot.
It's a very dramatic pause. In the meantime, I can tell you that we're like less than $300 away from the goal.
Let's go. Let's look at the cool. Let's look at the cool Samus equipment screen.
Oh my god, that's really cool.
On the left, it even has a menu option. I bet you never knew that. That has Hyper Beam selected. Nobody's gonna pause here, but we just did. You can see. There it is.
Wow.
It is called the Hyper Beam.
Save the Animals won, by the way.
All right, let's go do
Yeah!
Yeah.
Let's go!
I've been defeated.
Let's go, critters!
Good job, save the animals.
Yay!
Here they are. I don't know how they got up here, but boom, they're rescued.
Thank you.
And now
Thank you.
Time's gonna stop when I enter the ship.
Thank you to everyone who saved our cuddly friends. We couldn't save Crocopire, we couldn't save the baby, but we did save the animals, so thank you. Thank you.
And
All right, GG, fan.
what was our final time? I mean, that includes the cutscene.
And the pause at the end.
Oh my goodness. Oh yeah. This was better than my previous PB. Like, not the current PB, but the one I had like last week. Even with that pause. So.
Here comes the most important pixel in video game history right here. You're gonna miss it. Don't blink. Don't blink. Don't blink. We'll call it out. It's gonna be on the right-hand side of the screen, all right? It's important.
There it is!
Hey!
The operation was completed successfully. I do love how we see that after the planet explodes. Like, yeah, we did.
Well, the operation was saving the animals, right? Like, that's what this was all about.
Oh, my goodness. Well, thank you all so much for accepting a run like this. This is a total meme category. The route is powerful, to say the least. So I really hope you all enjoyed, how out of the way we went for something. So it's like, I've seen another 100% run that was way faster because they followed a speedrun tech versus Nintendo Power Tech. Well, Nintendo Tech. There is a Nintendo Power Run that's kind of like the 80% version of this, with similar routing style, and that's also an awesome run. But I hope you all really liked it. I was nervous coming on here doing Super Metroid, so I'm glad that we got through without dying. So that's always nice to have. But as for me, I'm on twitch.tv/fan_TV. I do a lot of different speedrun stuff, and I'm doing like a year-long challenge where every single month I am learning an entirely new speedrun. And this month was, polishing up Club Nintendo % for Frost Fatales. And actually next month I'm going to be delving into Ironmon, so for the first time ever, so that's going to be fun. And yeah, thank you so much again. Sky was awesome on commentary. Thank you for reading Spanish so well.
Thank you. I did my best there. And again, I just want to take this time to say that Fant and myself are also involved with GDQ. There's GDQ Hotfix that Fant and I are both involved in. Fant, do you want to talk about your show real quick?
Yeah, I do a GDQ Hotfix show called Game Masters, where it focuses on like high-level gameplay or like speedrunning adjacent stuff, multiplayer showcases, skill showcases, that kind of thing. And it airs every other Tuesday at 7 p.m. Eastern. So the next show is going to be March 14th. I hope to see some of you there. But Sky,
Yes,
you have two shows.
I do. I run Random Number Generation and Mercy Kill. So that is every other Tuesday, the opposite Tuesday from Fant, and every other Wednesday for Mercy Kill. And with that being said, here comes. We need this percentage here. Also, let's see your Dear Forces in chat.
Yeah, Dear Force. All right, I'm pretty sure I got all the items. I tried to follow the guides as best as I could, so we should be seeing a 100 here at the end. Did we do it? Was I lying when I said we got 100% of the items? I'm actually nervous.
Oh, I'm certainly. You got it.
100%.
Yeah, 100%.
Every item.
The next mission.
That's gonna be it. Thanks for watching, everybody.
Take care, y'all.
Thank you so much to Fant and Skybilz for the incredible run of Club Nintendo % of Super Metroid. Just a little last minute update for you. We have in fact beaten our PB for any Fatales Marathon. That means that not only can we prove that we're the coolest, look how cool we are, but also that we will be getting Inscription on the schedule. Milestone has been accomplished. Thank you everyone so much for donating to save the animals, to ditch the animals, and also to see Inscription. We are going to go to a quick break, but real quick first, here's $20 that helped us meet that incentive from Happy Buy 3, who says one last donation to hit the 125 total for that sweet grand prize. And to send everybody a message from the Inscription speedrunning Discord to tell you, you want to see this run! Thank you, everybody, for an incredible week. Let's keep Frost going just a little longer. We will be seeing that run, but okay, first things first. Break time. We'll be right back. Don't go anywhere. Welcome back, everyone. I hope everybody took that well-earned break to stretch, get a drink of water, and just contain the excitement that we did in fact make Inscription happen, and that run will be coming up next. Another important note that might have gotten lost in there is that we're very close on saving Mila and Hollow Knight. That's less than $700 away, so keep the donations coming for that. Here's $50 to help out with that from Solthus, who says, save Mila, save the stoat. I didn't know that Mila was a stoat, but thank you. Also have $25 from Asdel, who says, new PB. That is indeed true, but with every dollar we continue to raise, we're setting more new PBs. Just a thought, you can set a new PB with Fatales right now. Every donation breaks our previous PB. We are going to have one or two quick messages. I can speak. I'm sorry. I'm excited for you from some of the fine people who support Fatales. For starters, if you haven't seen yet, there are an adorable Frost Fatales collection from the Yeti that I would be so happy to introduce you to. The Yeti is an official sponsor of Frost Fatales 2023 and have been supporting Games Done Quick events since 2011. They have helped raise over $2 million for charity over the years, and you can help out too by checking out www.theyeti.com, where a portion of all of your purchases will go straight to Malala Fund. An excellent choice. Also, a quick note, since our runner and couch so helpfully shouted it out, we can call even more attention to the GDQ hotfix. GDQ Hotfix shows off communities in speedrunning that are sometimes overlooked during marathons and elevates speedrunners year-round. We have shows for all interests, including ones that can help you find new games, teach you how to speedrun, and shows focused on more niche parts of speedrunning, such as randomizers. We also have special events. For more information, go to gamesdonequick.com/hotfix. Also, you can check out those shows that were mentioned by our runner and couch right here on the Games Done Quick Twitch channel. Really exciting. I also have been informed that not only can you donate to save Mila, which, oh my goodness, last time I said there was less than $700. There's now less than $600. We're moving fast. But there's another bid war that has just opened up. Inscription has its own bid war to name the death cards, and you don't have a ton of time for that. So if you want your voice to count on that, you can go in and select that incentive with your donation. Don't forget to select an incentive. Real quick, here's a couple other of the donations that helped us push towards our new PB, such as $5 from LZmoto, or $500, so sorry, from LZmoto, who says, JK, have to cancel out my previous donation. Well, nice of you to support both sides evenly. Also, $25 from KRL, who says, less than the quantity of 2 + 1. Nice. Or $125 from ya boy Chris, who says, approximately equal to 3. But is it less than or more than? I'm not sure. I'm gonna have to go figure that out. But that does bring me to an unfortunate point that this has been the end of my time with y'all this week. Thank you so much, chat, for letting all of us celebrate this new PB in donation totals to Malala Fund and for really pushing through. I cannot believe how much back and forth we had on Save Ditch the Animals. It really came down to the wire. Thank you so much for letting me be a part of it, and I will pass off the host mic to our next capable host, Natara. I've been PippyInATopHat. Thank you again, and have a wonderful rest of your event.
Welcome back to Frost Fatales 2023 on the evening of this, the final day of the marathon. My name is Sent, and I am joined by my amazing prize cohorts in Frozen Flygon and, of course, Corva May. May, Court, how you doing?
I got promoted to cohort. Yeah.
Moving up through the ranks. No longer a prize intern, now a prize cohort.
I love to see it. I always love getting to hang out with the two of you on the couch and talk about the prizes we have for the marathon.
It's been a ridiculous week.
Yeah.
And it's almost over, but the marathon is still going. There are still a couple of absolutely amazing runs that you all don't want to miss. And there are so many amazing prizes that you all should get your donations in to be eligible for. I'm going to tell you straight up, get in a $50 donation tonight since the beginning of this prize segment. We'll get to exactly why a little later. Don't worry about it right now. But I'm just going to give you the heads up. $50
I'm not going to worry
minimum
about
donation.
it. I trust you, Sen.
Trust me. In the meantime, let's talk about some of the amazing prizes that we've had going today, because some of these are just so cool.
Yeah.
You want to kick it off, Court?
Of course I do. I love
Go
all
for
of
it.
these pins, and Alley Cat is, member of the community who's always so excited to send in prizes for the event. And we've got Claire from A Short Hike just flying in, hanging out with us on the couch. $10 minimum donation. It's just so pretty. It's so cute.
Beautiful little enamel pin there. Thank you so much to Alley Cat for sending that out to us. We're talking about beautiful little things. May, if you don't mind grabbing it, I want to talk about this adorable little grub. It is
Scrub.
the grubs are not that important in
Grub?
this seed. Come on, they're not that important. But
How dare you?
Look, while they might not be important in our rando seed tonight, they are definitely important in this prize segment because that is an absolutely beautiful handcrafted resin grub sent to us by Delta Craft. Thank you so much. $10 minimum donation by itself. But again, $50. Get it in today. Trust me on it.
Okay, the grub is going to be all right. It's going to be safe. We also have another figurine here from Hollow Knight. We've got the Hollow Knight. This one's a $15 minimum donation given to us by V-Show. And I just love that we have the duo of the Hollow Knight prizes there for our finale. And they're good friends. Oh my gosh.
Aw.
That's so adorable. And this, these can be yours for just, this one's a $15 minimum donation. But like Sent said, just get $50 in and it'll get you into both of those.
Yeah, absolutely should. Now, speaking of Hollow Knight, that's not all of the Hollow Knight we have, because from our good friend Vats of Goop, we have a collection of 4 lovely holographic Hollow Knight prints here. Let me just pass some of them off to everyone. We can all hold them incorrectly.
Okay.
Oh, these are so incredibly cool. Thank you so much to Vats of Goop for sending them out. You can see they sparkle under our studio lights with their lovely holographic effect. You get all kinds of beautiful pictures there. We got one of Quirrell getting ready to fight Umu.
Yeah.
We've got one of the Hollow Knight itself breaking free with the Radiance Curse. We've got Quirrell overlooking the lake pensively.
That's my favorite one, I think. It's just like the setting of the lake there. It's beautiful.
It's amazing how a game with such little dialogue can have like such memorable and emotional moments, and these posters all really capture them. Thank you so much to Vats of Goop for sending them out to us. $20 minimum donation, and all 4 of them come together as a set. What you got in your hands there, Court?
I mean, we just had an amazing time with Super Metroid. What an incredible run. We got the milestone right at the end, and we have the Samus Perler from Kinda Nerdy Housewives, and it's we've been talking about the Perlers all week. This one's no exception. And she's quite tall.
She's
very
so tall.
impressive.
It's quite a good perler. And, one of my favorite things about it, honestly, is I really love the outline that a Kind of Nerdy Housewife has added to this one. It just makes the perler really pop out more. I mean, the shading in Samus's Varia suit is already really, really nice. But overall, this is just something that's going to look great, on your wall, on your desk, wherever you'd like it. A $10 minimum donation by itself. But again, can't say it enough. $50. get the donation in. Trust me for sure. So from our good friend Wolfen Wings, we have a collection of lovely iron-on patches. They look beautiful. You can iron them on to whatever clothes you like. They come in, a couple of different varieties. You're going to get a couple of heads from Sonic, including Sonic, Knuckles, Tails, Shadow, Dr. Eggman, and the gun logo of the, militaristic group of the Sonic universe. You've also got a Metroid and Samus's symbol from Super Metroid. There's some really cool patches there. You got to head over to gamesdonequick.com to check them out. And from Phoebe J, we have a super cool Pirate Planet poster. I really love this. As you can see there, right down there, Pirate Planet. What Phoebe does is they take kind of like classic B-movie films and video games and mash them together into a singular art style. And I love it. It's just so cool. Like that fits. You could think that was just Super Metroid.
Yeah, you look at that and you're just like, okay, I'm going to go see that movie. It looks just like a movie poster. It's fantastic.
It's Super Metroid fan art, but it also looks like a legitimate, if you knew nothing about Metroid as a franchise, like, is that a movie?
My mom would walk by that and be like, I haven't seen any commercials for that. I don't know really what that is.
It's so cool. $15 minimum donation. Thank you so much, Phoebe, for sending that out to us. And the last of the prizes that unfortunately we don't have here to physically show you all right now is a lovely Death's Door Forest Spirit crochet from Mikarin. It's
so cute.
It's adorable. Like, look at it. Come on.
Death's Door is such a cute game, and this is such a cute prize.
For a game about death, it is very cute. Although it also stars a crow, so I feel like maybe there's some bias there.
Just a little bit biased.
I did play it because of the adorable crow.
I can't blame you. That crow is very cute. As is that Forest Spirits crochet. $20 minimum donation. Thank you so much to Mikarin for sending that out to us.
All right, we have a set prize here. I know everyone's reaching for this one. We've got some bath bombs. I absolutely love taking baths, honestly. And so I've got the rupee here.
Yep, I've got a Pokeball, and May has a pair of hearts, a heart from The Legend of Zelda, and I believe a heart from Kingdom Hearts. Yeah, the Heartless
I totally said that was from Undertale earlier. I feel like that's close enough, right? I mean, it's got the pixel.
Look, it's a generic video game heart. It could be from anywhere. But one of the things that you two pointed out earlier during that, a bit of an impromptu prize segment,
it really was. It really,
is that the Pokeball and I believe the rupee both actually have little toys inside them after you dissolve them into your bath, which is super cool. The Pokemon has a Pokemon figure, and I believe the rupee actually has like a little Master Sword in it. So
my gosh!
That's super cute. Thank you so much to Little Arrow Soaps for sending these out to us. They all have their own unique scents, by the way. It's such a cool and relaxing thing. You get the set of 5, all 4 of these, as well as a Super Mario World themed star bath bomb.
Oh yeah, the star is so cute as well. We don't have it right here with us in the studio, but it's pretty amazing how you can make this so functional, but it's also the props. It looks amazing.
It's beautiful and artistic, and it's lovely. Thank you so much, Little Arrow Soaps, for sending it out to us. And speaking of beautiful, we can't talk about beauty without talking about this Brinstar wooden treasure map from Minturn Makers. If you've ever wanted to do a 100% speed run of Super Metroid, you're gonna need to know where all the items are. And you know where all the items are, Court? You do now, because this is a map of Brinstar carved into a piece of solid wood here. I'm just gonna knock on the back of it a little bit. That is wood, and it's got little, metallic brass pins in it to denote where all the items hidden throughout Brinstar are. Super, super cool, one-of-a-kind piece of artwork and functional speedrun map if you want it to be.
It's great. It already has the mount available too, so you can just mount it right up behind your stream setup while you're speedrunning Super Metroid.
Comes in a lovely wooden frame, got a beautiful mount ready to go. $25 minimum donation. Thank you so much to Minturn Makers for sending that out to us.
Back in the day, you had to go pull up your guide to know where everything is. Now you just look at your wall.
Exactly.
You just look at the prize you won at Frost Hotels.
There you go. And from Kinda Nerdy Housewife, we almost forgot, but how could you forget Tetris? Like one of the most important foundational games of all time.
All right, be careful. We don't want them to disappear.
Okay. Here.
We can't line them up too well or they will vanish. We have a lovely set here of Tetramino magnets. Whoops. I'm not very good at Tetris, unfortunately. I think I'm ruining things.
Eon just crushed Tetris the Grandmaster earlier, and I don't think we're doing her justice here, unfortunately.
These things are super cute, and if you look at the back of them, they all have magnets attached to them, so you can stick these on your fridge and just play Tetris at home. Oh, here comes the eyepiece.
Oh, all right.
And they're all gone.
The
whole set can be yours for $10 minimum donation.
Just be more careful with them than we did.
Yeah, exactly. Absolutely.
They are so cool. Thank you so much to Kind of Nerdy Housewife for those and for all of the prizes that they have provided this event. So many super cool Pearlers. But now, before we talk about our grand prize, which is super cool, you got to remember that for $125 cumulatively throughout the marathon, you get entered to win not only a PlayStation 5, but a Nintendo Switch and 6 awesome games that we all saw speedrun on the Switch this event. So hey, kickstart your collection, get a bunch of maybe new games that you want to speedrun or just enjoy casually, all for $125 cumulatively throughout the event. We have a couple of new prizes. They've actually opened up during this prize segment.
What?
So, if you've donated at least $25 between the end of the marathon and the start of this prize segment, you're going to be entered into, first off, a Sega prize pack here. We've got a couple of fun things, like a collector's edition of Shin Megami Tensei 5 for the Switch. We're talking about Switch games. This is a super cool one, and that comes with a lovely little Nahobino plush, the protagonist, if you will, of Shin Megami Tensei 5. But that's not all that this prize package comes with, because it also comes with a lovely digital code and steelbook for Lost Judgment from Ryu Gagatoku Studios, like a Dragon team, the Yakuza team, formerly known as. Super cool game.
Developers of Super Monkey Ball, Banana Blitz as well.
Are they really?
Yes, they are.
Wow. I learned something during this segment, as well as a lovely pin collection from the game.
The pins are awesome. I really like the whole pin set.
Oh, here, Cord, if I can pass these off to you, because guess what?
I know.
That's not all.
I can help.
Because in addition to those pins, you're also going to get this lovely Persona 5 themed Joker pin of Joker's mask and a collection of Monkey Ball pins of the Monkey Ball cast that come in these cute little Monkey Ball capsules.
See, you just predicted the Monkey Ball.
I know, they belong next to each other.
There you go.
Perfect.
They all come together. But you know what? That's not all. Because we're talking about cool Switch games, you're also going to get a copy of the Sega Genesis Classics Collection for the Nintendo Switch. We're just keeping it going with great games, great prizes. And thank you so much to our friends over at Sega for making this possible. These are all so cool. All of this is a singular prize pack for $25. But you remember earlier I said get in a $50 donation, because if you donate $50 between the start of this prize segment and the end of the marathon, you're going to be entered to win a one-of-a-kind piece of work here.
Oh.
From our friends over at The Gilded Lion, we have a hand-embroidered denim jacket. Now, it looks like this jacket is covered in patches, but each of these, as you can see, the mushroom and the bullet bill there, are actually hand-sewn into the jacket itself. All of these are basically just freehand drawn into this jacket.
You found me.
Oh, and there's a secret Korok on the inside, by the way. Wasn't going to show that off till later. You found it.
You found it. We found
the
it.
Korok. This thing is so cool. There's so much great stuff on it. On the back, of course, you can see, games done quick, as well as a SNES controller. And then on the front here, you have so many different logos and game symbols. You've got the HAL logo, the Dreamcast logo, the Triforce, the Switch logo, PlayStation logo, Atari logo, Xbox logo. So many different characters, so many recognizable themes of video games all around this jacket. It is a one-of-a-kind piece of work. It is absolutely fantastic. Thank you so much to our friends over at The Gilded Lion. I'm going to put this back on the dress form. We've had it on throughout the event. You might have seen it in the background of some of these prize segments. Yeah. It could be yours. $50 singular minimum donation from now to the end of the marathon. Make sure to get those donations in. Make sure to get them in because you want to win some of these amazing prizes. And make sure to get them in because, your donations are going to a good place, right?
They're going to a great cause in Malala Fund. We've been seeing messages from Malala Fund all marathon. And also, we just opened up a bid war.
Oh, did we now?
We need to name the death cards in Inscription. I think I would really like it to be named Faith. Wouldn't that be sweet?
Bingus is back.
Wait, no. Bingus is not back. That was a few days ago. No.
Bingus is back. Bingus is back, baby.
All right. Well, do you agree with me or do you agree with not Bingus here? And put your donations in for whatever you want them to be called because, Inscription's coming up next. So get those donations in. $50 for everything you saw here. Name it whatever you want and can't wait to see that run.
Make it happen. Bingus is back.
Bingus is back. Yes.
No! No.
Anyway, oh, nope, we're gone.
Welcome back, everybody. My name is Natara, and I'm here and ready to help you bring Bingus back. Yes, I'm on Team Bingus. And good news for that bid war that we're working towards. Bingus is, in fact, an option, but is not in the lead. If we want to name one of those 2 Death Cards Bingus, we're going to have to get some donations in. Currently in the lead, we have Gengar at $75, followed pretty closely by Airboat at $50, Mr. Bones at $45, and our beloved Bingus at $25. So if you want any of those names or any other name of your choice, $75 is that number to beat, or $50 as we're taking the top 2 cards. And you have until about 2-ish minutes into the run. Apparently, we named these death cards essentially immediately, so we definitely want to get in on that. And we are also less than $7 away from saving Mila. So in Hollow Knight, some of us didn't even know that was possible. So let's get that last $7 in and make sure that we can save Mila. In the meantime, let's read some donations. Very topical. We have a $25 donation from Such Dog, So Amaze, saying less than 3 video gamerinos. Bingus, the return of the Kingus, the fellowship of the Bing. You know what to do, friends. We also have a $10 donation from Spin Their Yarn, saying instructions unclear. Donating to name the death card Mila. Let's just check in, and we have officially met Save Mila. So thank you, everyone. We will be saving that cute little bug and making sure that she's okay. Okay, so we also have $25 from Char Bunny saying, can we name a card Bunnies? And yes, we can, but you're going to have to get your donations in. But with that, we are actually going to move on to our next run, which is the bonus run you also generously donated to, Inscription. Take it away.